Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got my video which I'm sure that some of you have been waiting for actually since I made my predictions back in August. Today, as you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be reacting to my predictions that I made at the start of the season back on the 31st of August, which I think was like just less than 2 weeks before the actual league season started. Yeah, we've come a long way since then. It's now the 9th of May, season finished around about an hour and a bit ago. And yeah, we're going to be reacting to my predictions. I've currently got them up on my computer right now. You guys can see them anyway on the screen, my table on the screen anyway. But I need to actually get the actual league table up on my phone so I can compare where the teams actually are. Probably should have done this beforehand, but oh well. But yeah, literally in my mind already, I can already imagine. I've got about maybe 4 or 5 predictions in my mind already about just how badly I muck them up, but yeah, it's pretty much gonna be that. Okay, I've got the actual league table up here. Got my predictions on the screen there. I don't actually know if I ever got anyone in the correct position. Does in my knowledge right now. I don't think I have. That I can think of. Yeah, I don't know, but I had a few sinkers. Also had a few good ones as well, but we'll get into those soon. So start off with the bottom 4 that I predicted, and then straight away we've got Rochdale. I thought they finished 24th. They actually finished 21st. So I got that position wrong, but I still got them. I still accurately predicted them to get relegated. So I'll take that. Next, in 23rd, Accrington Stanley. I thought Accrington Stanley would finish 23rd. They finished 11th. Yeah, not one of my best predictions ever. I'm not gonna lie. Jesus, what? I thought Accrington, they didn't really make that many signings in the last window if I remember correctly. And honestly, I thought the overdue relegation, and literally every year I predicted them to get relegated, and they've always just survived. But till this year, they were on another level. Till Accrington, even though you didn't really finish near the playoffs in the end, you still got to say that this has probably been the great season for Accrington, probably the best I've ever had in their club's history. So yeah, you've just got to applaud them for that, really. Well done on finishing the top half, Then we've got 22nd, we've got Wimbledon. Again, I thought Wimbledon would go down, and honestly, a few weeks ago I still thought they'd go down, but no, they actually got their act together, finished 19th, so they've just barely survived relegation once again. When will Wimbledon go down? If they lose Joe Piggott, then I think it's probably safe to say that the whole are going down, so that's that. And 21st, we've got Northampton, who finished 22nd, so again, I think in our place, but I did think that they would get relegated, and did. So out of the 4 teams I predicted them to get relegated, 2 of them actually did. One of them was 3 down close, and another one was nowhere near. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I managed to get 2 of them correct. So I'll take that, and this is where the fun starts, for you guys at least anyway. The teams who I thought would finish in the bottom half of the table. So in 20th we do have Crewe. This is another one of those bad ones. Crewe actually finished 12th. To a hat off to Crewe. They blew me away this season. They exceeded my expectations so much. And I think next year everyone's expectations, I've known a few people who actually thought they'd get relegated again. But Crewe actually did very, very well this season. But whether they'll go on to do better, the same or be even better next season, I have to wait and see. That's one of the beauties about the EFL leagues. Anything can happen. 9th at Swindon, they finished 23rd. So I literally just got Wimbledon and Swindon basically the wrong way around, really. Actually, no, sorry, I thought that makes no sense. But I thought Swindon would stay up. They end up getting relegated. I don't know, Swindon. What can you say? It looked like for a while that they would end up staying up. Thought they would, but then end up getting relegated. To Swindon, fair play today against Wigan. I've got to say 3-1 down and winning 4-3. You've got to give them credit for that. But will Swindon bounce back next season? Perhaps. I'm not so sure. 18th, we've got MK Dons. They finished 13th. Now this one sticks in my head in particular. I had a few MK Dons fans have a go at me for predicting them to finish 18th. We'll do much better, and they did. They finished 13th. Probably could have finished 9th potentially. Well, yeah, they could have done. Actually, no, sorry, they could have finished 10th, the highest. But yeah, MK Dons, well, fair play. You exceeded my expectations. Now, but I mean, like, that won't mean anything unless you actually go on and do something next season. Because I mean, like, if you finish in the table again, I don't know. 17th, you've got Plymouth. They finished 18th. That's one position out there. I mean, Plymouth. I mean, what happened to Plymouth? I mean, I swear they were doing so well, and then they just completely dropped off this year. Completely dropped off. But you know, I'm not complaining. It just means I got one pretty close prediction there. 16th, I put Lincoln City to finish 16th, and they finished 5th. I've had some stinkers so far. I have some stinkers so far. I mean, looking back, Lincoln actually did make some good signings. I mean, I probably should have put them to finish higher. I mean, I put them to finish below Shrewsbury and Burton, and Bristol Rovers in the end. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I definitely should have put them much higher. But I did not think that they'll be in the top 6. Never mind, actually stay there, because I was convinced. From the very start of the season, I was convinced that Lincoln would end up finishing outside the playoffs. And at one point, it looked like they would, but then they managed to get a few wins together to stay in the playoffs. So fair play to Lincoln. 15th, we got Shrewsbury. That's even 17th. So I mean, again, it wasn't too far out. I mean, what's the point? I mean, like, what's the point in Shrewsbury Town? I mean, like they're just there in League One to fill up the numbers, really, aren't they? They're really just there. I don't know the point in Shrewsbury is. I mean, like, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with Shrewsbury, though, because they were the first team to beat Sunderland away. I mean, first team to beat Sunderland on their home turf, so whatever. Shrewsbury, I mean, fair play. You've done the same as every year. I mean, like, do you remember in 2018 when Shrewsbury actually made it to the playoff final, and then late ever since just done nothing? I mean, like, again, seriously, what's the point in Shrewsbury Town? 14th, we got Burton. Finished 16th, so not too far out again. I mean, then again, Burton, it could have been a lot worse for them. They could have gotten relegated, but they didn't. They brought in Hasselbank, who's done a fantastic job. And you got to think, will Burton actually kick on next season? Will they be chancing for that top 6? Potentially. I mean, like they got that fucking arses kick today against Oxford, but whatever. Burton, you've survived very comfortably in the end, so fair play. And then the final prediction for the bottom half, and the one I've been dreading the most, is Blackpool. I got so much stick from Blackpool. I mean, like, and also that I had a few MK Dons fans, Blackpool fans, turned up in numbers to criticise me, like saying, "Oh yeah, you 13th is generous. You know, we're gonna finish above Sunderland this season." And for a while, it looked like I was correct, because I believe, like, end of October, Blackpool were in the bottom 4, and I believe it wasn't until start of March where they actually made it in the top half. And then Blackpool went on saying run and then finishing 3rd. So Blackpool did end up finishing above Sunderland. So I look like a fucking mug, don't I? Cheers, Embleton, Robson. You know, doing your boyhood club a favour, aren't you? Nah, I'm joking. I mean, I thought Blackpool. Once I thought they were generous, I didn't think that they'd do anything this season. But in fairness, Blackpool, they did incredibly well. And in my opinion, I think they'll end up getting promoted. I genuinely think Blackpool will finish in the top. Will win the playoffs. Well done, Blackpool. You made me look like a right mug. And to every Blackpool fan who I interacted with in that video, I apologise very much. Yeah, fucking seaside bastards. Okay, now moving into the top half teams who just missed out on the playoffs. And 12th had Gillingham. They finished 10th. So again, wasn't too far out there. I mean, I'm getting so close with these predictions, man. Oh, it's frustrating, really. The fact that I haven't got one correct so far, and I've gone so close. I mean, like, I think with Plymouth, with Plymouth, Northampton, Shrewsbury, Burton, Gillingham, I've getting so close with these teams, but haven't just been able to get them in the correct position, which is annoying for me. And then 11th, I think probably like my last bad prediction, I would say. Bristol Rovers. I thought they'd finish 11th. They finished bottom. What happened to Bristol Rovers this season? What happened to them? I don't know. I mean, like, literally, the first game of the season against Sunderland, they were. I mean, like, I barely remember, but I do remember that they weren't great. Freaking hell, what happened to Bristol Rovers, man? I mean, literally Joey Barton came in, he couldn't do anything either. They finished 11th, and I think like they made some good signings as well. They made some cracking League One signings, like Jack Baldwin, or Tuma, even fucking Charlton Emma, I think his name is. Some great signings, but I think at the end, losing Clark Harris was just affecting them too much because they just didn't have enough product up front, and that's cost them a lot. And then I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point, but damn. I'm like, Bristol Rovers scored the fewest goals this season. They scored 40 goals this season. That's the fewest in the league. Oh Jesus, yeah it is. They scored 40 goals. Terrible from Bristol Rovers. 10th for Doncaster. Now, a few weeks ago, this wouldn't have looked so bad because Doncaster they were in 10th for ages. But yet today they finished 14th. How have Doncaster finished in 14th? Literally, they were. I remember mid-February they were 1 point off automatics, and then they finished 10 points off the playoffs. What have Doncaster? I know Darren Moore leaving would have been terrible, and if he had stayed, I reckon Doncaster probably would have finished top 6. And even so, under Andy Butler, they made a great start, but then after that, they just completely collapsed and ended up finishing below MK Dons, Crewe, Accrington, and Gillingham. I think it's a poor season from Doncaster in the end, and what could have been so much more as well. Now 9th for me, again, this one could be seen as quite bad, but for me, Wigan, it was just like a throwaway position. I had no idea where to put Wigan. I said this before, I just didn't know where to put them. And then when I still made that position, they still had the players like the good players like Keeper, people like that. When that's a thing was still there as well. So I thought Wigan, I put them in 9th. Then they finished in 20th. So they survived in the end. But Wigan, I know it's 20th in League One. A league which has won twice in the last 6 years. It sounds bad. I think next year Wigan could end up being up there. I'm pretty sure I tweeted that I believe that Wigan will end up finishing top 6 because the foundations are there for Wigan. I'm looking forward to seeing them next season. And 8th, guys, my first accurate prediction. I thought Portsmouth would finish 8th, and they did. Now, I had a few people doubt me, saying that I don't think Portsmouth would finish 8th. And for a while, basically the entire season, it looked like it wouldn't finish 8th, but in the end, it actually did. And considering the fact that they actually started the day in 6th place as well. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy that Portsmouth didn't get to playoffs for obvious reasons. But overall, I'm happy that I've actually managed to get a prediction correct. That's one thing I'm happy about. Next 7th, we do have Fleetwood Town, who end up finishing 15th. What happened? Fleetwood, again, what happened to them this season? They just didn't do anything this season, really. I don't really remember them being in the playoff hunt. I don't really remember them being in a relegation battle. Like Shrewsbury, they're just there, really. Again, start of the season, Joey Barton was there. Fleetwood had come back off come off a playoff campaign. I thought, you know what, they'll probably be up there this year again, but then Barton left or got sacked. I don't know which one. And then they brought in Simon Grayson, who's got a good record in League One, but 15th is poor for Fleetwood, if I'm being honest with you. But who knows what happens next season. And now we're going to be going on to the 4 teams who I bet will finish in the playoffs. And once again, like with the bottom 4, I actually got 2 of them correct. So on 6, I had Sunderland. Washington's 4th, so Washington did better than what I thought we would, which is nice. I won't get into Sunderland team last year, after I made that video a month ago now, where I predicted what would happen towards the end of the season, and I said that I thought Sunderland would get automatic promotion. Since then we've played 9 games and won 1. So oh man, absolutely poor for me. Again, I don't care. We got playoffs in the end. If we'd kept Parkinson, we wouldn't have finished 6. I don't think that would have finished top half of Parkinson. For being honest with you, finished 4th. In the playoffs. Let's see what happens. I suppose. 5th, I had Oxford, the other team who I've predicted to get the playoffs and one position out on them as well. I mean, Oxford, I mean, like, they left it late this season. Literally, they were in the bottom four, like, I believe until about Christmas, and then this year they just had a huge surge in form, and then after they played against us and then lost against us, they went into poor form, but then managed to like get back into it. So fair play, Oxford. You've done well there. You've done well for yourselves, and let's see what happens in the playoffs for them. 4-5 to Ipswich. They finished 9th. Ipswich, I mean, you could say that this season was probably worse than last year. You could say just the fact that Ipswich last year. Actually, no, I wouldn't say that. Ipswich, when you look at League One and bottom jobs, I mean, you look at Sunderland. But I mean, you've got to start looking at Ipswich as well. I mean, it's Ipswich 2 years now, one of the favourites to go up, and they've completely fucked it twice. I don't know with Ipswich. I mean, like, I don't know why, but like, since Paul Cook came in, they just haven't been scoring goals. I mean, like, I think today, like, when they beat it, what was it, like, Gillingham, I think they played, when they won 3-0, 3-1, whoever it was, that was the first time since early March where they actually scored 3 goals in the game. They've lacked an end product. I mean, like, literally, I mean, like, they've only scored 6 more goals than Bristol Rovers have this season, and there is 31 points separating them. Ipswich, what are you gonna do, mate? And third out, Charlton. Charlton. I thought that they would have a better showing this year. They finished 7th at the end. They lost out on the plus on goal difference, but they were never really there, were they? Charlton. They're never really in the top 6. I mean, like, I think they were at the start of the season, but like, they just haven't been there this season. It's just been a poor season from Charlton. However, next year I do think that they probably won't have been up there next year. And finally, on to my top 2. Now, although I didn't get them in the right place, I did accurately predict my top 2 teams to be Hull and Peterborough. Now, I know it's Peterborough would they win the league, but I know they didn't. But I'm still chuffed that I managed to get the top 2 correct, so I'm happy with that. I mean, with Hull, cracking team, probably one of the best teams I've ever seen in League One since they've been there. They've been absolutely incredible all season. I mean, one thing I feel that even if they're going on a tricky patch, they would end up coming back. They would bounce back straight, which is what I've mind a lot in Hull. And yeah, they've done really well this season. So, fair play to them. And then, I think next year they'll come to be surviving championship. And then Peterborough. For a while, Peterborough, it looked like that they might miss out on top 2, but they got it in the end, and their 8-year stay in League One has finally come to an end. They'll be back in the championship next season, which is good for them. And I mean, this week, literally Sunderland fans complain about being in League One for 3 years now. But I mean, Peterborough, they've been here for 8 years in this league. I mean, like, I don't know how to manage it, like, but fair play to them. They've gone out of it in the end, and they'll be playing in the championship next season. So fair play to Peterborough. You fully deserved it there, lads. So that's going to be it for these predictions. I managed to get 1 correct position. 1 out of 24. Well done, me. But in fairness, I am pretty happy that I managed to get the top 2 correct. I got 2 of the 4 playoff teams correct. I also got 2 of the 4 relegation teams correct as well. And also had a few teams to it in the round where they actually finished. And then you've got my Wigan, Bristol Rovers, Blackpool, Lincoln, MK Dons, and Crew, and with accurate predictions. So I had 6. That's 6 stinkers I had in there, and then the rest were like in the round would actually be finished. I mean, it wasn't the worst predictions ever, even though I only got 1 team correct, half 24, and it was probably the most unlikely one as well. But well, you've got to take it. Anyway, I've been rambling on for like 20 minutes now, so I think it's time to end this video. So, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, then leave a like. If you want to see more content like this next season, then do hit that subscribe button. It will only take a second or 2. If you're wondering where my Sunderland Northampton match review is going to be, I'm just not going to make one because I mean the game wasn't interesting enough really. So that's why I'm not making that one. In terms of who else you think will win the playoffs, I think Blackpool will beat Sunderland in the final. That's my prediction. Yes, I think we'll get the final. I know, brave of us, but oh well. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.